Hello everybody, it's Catherine and welcome to Tuesday Sewing. Oh, the jar, David, we've forgotten the jar again.
Hey?
After yesterday, we've forgotten the jar.
You want the jar?
Yes, please.
Where is it?
Kitchen, I think.
Oh, right, okay, just hang on.
So yesterday we were just settling down to watch television last night and we went, the jar! We didn't do the picks for today. We didn't do the jar. And then David said, well, actually, what if everybody hasn't got time to watch Mondays, but they want to be doing the help us sew on
There's two there.
Oh, I've got two. Sorry, help us sew on a Tuesday. Perhaps we ought to carry on doing the jar first thing. Yes, all right, says I. That's what we'll do, and we're still forgetting it. Right, picks for today. I can't read my own writing. Oh, right, sorry, birds. Karina, that's what it says. So Karina, one of her choices was birds. Nice. And Lynn, so we've got two viewers' picks today. Lynn, applique flower. And actually that fits in perfect what I'm going to go on to do. So we will, so stop the video now and go off and get your birds and applique flower and we'll carry on. So we're back. Okay, so we've got our stuff. All right then, so we'll do our usual little relaxation breathing. And there's loads of people say that they enjoy it. It helps them just to chill out. And, you know, I think it's a good thing to take a few minutes. So we're going to just do a little bit of relaxation, a bit of deep breathing. And I have to say at the beginning, as a disclaimer, do not do any meditation or deep relaxation techniques while you are driving or operating machinery. I mean, you know, most sensible people wouldn't, but you never know, do you? So we're just going to take this time for the next hour for ourselves. I want you to slowly close your eyes, sit comfortably, and just let all that tension leave your muscles. Feel the tension leaving your arms and your back. Let those shoulders relax and you feel that you're relaxing and your arms and legs are feeling relaxed. The tension is leaving and you're starting to feel nice and calm. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. And I want you to concentrate on the here and now. Let your mind clear of any worries, any thoughts of what's going on in the world, any thoughts and worries, what is happening in your own life. Just concentrate on emptying your mind. This hour is for you. This hour is for you to do some nice, relaxing stitching and to meet up with other like-minded friends and to spend a little me time. So before we start waking up to stitch, take a nice deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And slowly open your eyes and get ready for the session in your own time. It's lovely that, isn't it? You don't want to you want to carry on and having a full meditation, I think, once we start relaxing. even me, I'm thinking, oh, I could just go to sleep now, have a little sleep. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you, I finished my wraparound, and I'm really pleased with it. I didn't want it to be over embellished, but there it is. I just put a little Velcro cover on there. I tried putting some magnets in and it didn't like being inside the magnets I've got didn't like being inside the other fabric, so I took them out again. So we've got our pin from last week, we've got a patch from last week. I put a C on for Catherine and a couple of old buttons on there, all bits and bobs of old fabric. Bit of stenciling with some numbers there. I really enjoyed it. And then here we have another patch, a little Suffolk puff in the same material as this, and yes, and it looks lovely on the shelf, because since I've moved my shelves about a bit, I've got space to put some of my journals on, and that looks lovely. So don't forget to let me know what you're working on. It'd be nice to know what you're working on. Sorry, I'm leaning. Just want to quickly show you yesterday, from yesterday. So these are the the strips, the edging for our journal we're going to start on Thursday. Really pleased with how they look when they're sewn. So I'm pleased with those. And then I got a bit carried away then. I fancied making some thicker pieces, whether I'm going to make them into a page or a little booklet. I made some thicker ones. Some wider ones, should I say, not thicker. And I altered my stitch to number 5, because I think that gives a nice look. So I did, so all those bits of scraps that I took out with the material and the papers, and then that's just the scrap that I had left over. So you could do, you know, journaling card or anything you can make that into. So that was yesterday's. So we'll do a bit more of that on Thursday. So my new slow stitch piece, ta-da! And Lynn, I'm so pleased. I've got my applique flower. We'll call it flower in inverted commas. Excuse me. I don't know where I'm going to put a bird in this. I don't know where I'm going to put a bird. I'll have to think about that. How I'm going to put a bird in. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. So this is going to be a journal cover, and lean under here and get the ruler. So I would think it's enough to put A5 papers in, so that's 12. It's about 15 by about 11. So when it's folded in half, it is bigger than, you know, quite a bit bigger, but I might turn, you know, some of the edging up or whatever. I'd rather make it bigger and cut it down a bit than it be too small. Sorry, I've got my cup of tea I need. It's all that relaxing my throat, it makes me go hoarse. My voice go hoarse. You know what I mean, don't you? Okay. So this is in the very early stages. I've done a little bit of work on here. And this is going to be the cover for a new journal that we're going to be making, featuring, I'm very excited, featuring David's new kit, David's new digital kit. And it's extra special. It's going to be extra special because what he's done is he's used sections, images from backgrounds from actually his own art, and even some of these pieces art that is sold. And just taken a little snippet of the painted backgrounds to use as the backdrop for this new kit. I'm really tempted to show you bits, but no, he won't be pleased if I do that, because he's not finished with it all yet. But this, now then, it may not, you may think, what's all that heap of stuff, Catherine? And I haven't got a clue what it's going to be about. But all I'm going to say is I'm going to struggle to put a bird in it. I don't know where I'm going to put a bird. So I'm going to carry on for now while I think about that. I've got my applique flower, fern or seagrass, like this, wafting and wifting. I wasn't coughing till I did that relaxation. Okay, so I am actually just couching. I've got some, where's my big piece of couching? It's here. See, it's fallen off. This obviously can't go through, it's beautiful. But I'm going to couch some fronds, shall we call. I've already done a little bit of stab stitching to try and keep a lot of things in place, because you know me, I keep stabbing myself with the pins and they hurt. Oh boy, do they hurt. Right, okay, so let's get stitching. Let's get going. So I'm trying to keep my head out and just going to couch this on along here. So how are you all? Nice for you to join me today. It's lovely to have some friends round to do a bit of sewing, just a bit of chilling out. Speaking of chilling out, it's cold today, can you believe it? I mean, yesterday it was lovely and sunny. This is what spring seems to be like in the UK. It's very changeable, very variable. And of course we are always a few degrees. We're always a few degrees cooler here, because obviously we're on the coast and we get the North Sea winds, and the North Sea is very blustery at times. You know, if you've ever sailed I've been, you know, Dover to Calais, we've done loads and loads of times, although Dover's a trek for us down south from here. I don't know, about 8 to 9 hours I would think. And oh boy, can that be rough. It can be rough. We were once going over, and I think this particular time it was David and I, and it was my eldest Adam and Owen, my youngest stepson. I think Joe was at my mum's doing something with my mum, I think. And oh dear, was it rough. It was so rough. All the bottles of whiskey and booze and things from the duty-free shop, oh, they were all rolling on the ground and smashing. They had to sort of hurry up and tie everything down. So yes, the North Sea can be very rough, as can the when you go into the Bay of Biscay. If you go into the Mediterranean from here by boat, the Bay of Biscay is notorious for awful weather and rough seas. I don't know if it's the cross currents or what with it, but yeah, we've not actually been that way, and they say it can be pretty rough. I'm a fair weather traveller, I am. I can't be doing with extremes. I'm not the world's best flyer either. In fact, I'm not a good flyer. I don't like flying much. So what do you do when it's cold and windy out there? You stay in and craft and read. I've got some reading to catch up on. I seem to be behind a bit because I do a lot of reading, my reading, in the evening and then in bed. But the problem is, since I've had this CPAP machine, which is, I don't know, 3 weeks now, which isn't the easiest of things to get used to, I'm not reading. I'm not getting my reading in. I'm that busy trying to settle with that thing. And I keep saying to David, remind me, I need to read in the daytime if I'm not going to get that. But then I get obsessed with my craft stuff. It's hard, isn't it, when you've got two big hobbies. I mean, I think I've said this before. I don't know how people... Oops, has it come on? I don't know how people manage. I mean, people have hobbies, but you know, some people's hobbies, like going to the gym and things like that, outside sport and various things like that, have been stopped due to lockdown. It must be very hard for them. You know, some people don't have any indoor hobbies, do they? And I know the gym's indoor, but it's not at home, and that we've all had to spend a lot of time at home this year. I'm upside down at the minute, but that's fine. I need some more of this. No, I was using this. Because we've got, you know, with the channels and which, as you know, takes a lot of time, and we started, when it was nice, we've potted in the back garden, done a little bit of dead heading and cut back the buddleia, because they like to be really cut back now. It's been nice. We actually, yesterday, it was lovely to sit out and have a cup of tea outside. It was cold in the wind, but you know, we've got a sheltered little spot where we sit, and oof, that's tough. And it was lovely. Let me take that off. I don't like that stabbing. I don't like that going that way. It was lovely just to sit out and play. Nelson kept bringing his ball, and it was throwing that, and catch the chew. That's another one of his favourite games, catch the chew. I'm going to take that out a minute. Where have I put my... I can't find where I've put my pincushion. Right, okay, I'll put it on there. I can't reach it. I can see it, and I can see it over there, but if I reach over to get it, I'm likely to fall off my chair, because it's a bit like a high chair. It's a high bar stool, because this is a standing height table. So yes, it was lovely to sit out there, except that, you know, you sit out and you start looking at everything that needs doing after winter, don't you? Your garden and our patio, we have to, it goes really green and mouldy, a lot of mildew and stuff, you know, over the winter. You can't tell that the patio slabs are grey and they're like a grey and red colour. You can't tell the green at the minute, slimy. So this is the time that you get a good clean down. No point in doing stuff, you know, until it gets to about March. There's no point really, is there? And I think I've said this before, that, you know, beginning of April, my birthday, has been known to snow. So you you never really rely on doing too much in the garden till you get to about third week in April, really. But we've had quite a mild winter here for us, so it's the flowers have been coming out early, really, and that's been nice. So yes, don't forget to tell me what you're working on. It's nice for me to know what you're working on as well. I'm really excited for this new digital. He's loving it. He's really enjoying doing it. I mean, he doesn't, you know, he's having to learn. He's never done the digital stuff before. He's had some help from Joe from a distance, has been, you know, giving him some advice about Photoshop, etc. But he's really enjoying it. We've scanned loads of things in, because I'm going to just trim that a little bit. Wait a minute, I'll not talk, just let me concentrate on this so I don't chop too much off. That's better. There we go. Yeah, ouch, ouch. It wouldn't be a Tuesday, would it? Look, I'm bleeding. Oh, crikey. Okay. Do you know, when I had the ordinary everyday needles that you just sew a button on or whatever, I've had them for years and hardly had any injuries. As soon as I bought these expensive Sashiko, and goodness me, they are strong and they are sharp. I've had more injuries than enough. What do they say? Bad workman always blames his tools. Well, yeah, I am doing, because it hurts. Right, I'm just going to whip round this one and see what we're going to do next. Yes, I was saying that, yeah, we've scanned, I mean, the embroidery book that I've used for my design team book. David scanned quite a few of those. I mean, they are really old papers. Lots of really old embroideries that need some work, you know, they're very dark and dingy, so they're going to take quite a bit of work for David to lighten them up and make them worth, you know, make them worth using. But they'll be coming up, and some lovely stuff. He is still doing the doilies. There's not enough hours in a day. Right, I think we'll leave that at that. And I'm just going to put a final stabbing stitch in there through the middle to keep it secure. Oh, tough, tough. Let's turn it round and see. Yes, so I'm going to have some other ones going up there as well. That's that one. I'll just tie this off. There we go. I've sharpened all my scissors, but I think they must come to a point where they get ready for changing, even when I've sharpened them. Slurp of tea. Now then, I think actually I might put another Let's have a look where we can take this from. Yeah, that would be nice up there. I'm just mulling round in my mind. So I'll go with this one. These are also my special threads. Are we allowed one forfeit? Karina, are we allowed a forfeit of a bird? Normally you can put birds on anything, can't you? Put a nice bird on anything you're doing, apart from if you're under the sea. Under the sea. Could do a dead duck. No. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't say that. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, dear. Right. I don't know. I'll do a bit of research into that to see if there are any seabirds that actually go underwater. I shall do some research and let you know. Okay, I want to turn this round, I think. Let's see where you can see it a bit better. I've got not any pins, we've only got that. Right, okay, so I'm going to do that like that a bit. I mean, you could do this sort of thing in a frame really, but this has got a lot of, only thing doing it like this, it's got a lot of layers. I think I'll have to go up and down, not whipping through. I don't know. No, I think I'll have to. Sorry, I talk to myself as well. Are you talking to yourself while you're sat there? There's quite some thick, I've got some thick quality, really heavy duty calico on the back. And then obviously I've got all the layers. I've got some of this that goes so far under there. And there we go, you can see it. Alright, I hope I'm not shoving my head in the way. We've had a problem as well. I keep saying about this camera being old, but David sets it up and he spends ages setting it up so it try and give you the best view. And then the screws start relaxing, I'm sure they do. They must be listening to the deep breathing, because they relax and the camera goes a bit brr, and before you know where you are, it's filming right over here. It's not intentional, you know. It's the camera playing its own games. Certainly can't afford to buy a new one. So it's holding on with a wing and a prayer. Oh, 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 oh. Tough. I love couching. Generally speaking, I do like couching. I think you can, you know, you can couch most things. You can get some really lovely effects. And so don't forget, those of you that will please leave some suggestions to go in the prompt jar. Those of you that haven't sent any in yet, I think you'll agree it's nice. It's nice to not know what's coming out, and generally speaking, apart from the bird. You know, anything goes. It really can make a difference to your piece of work. I wonder if I could do a shadow of a bird, like a shadow, as if we're very deep though in tropical, and also I don't know. I'm wanting this to be a bit tropical. I might have to do a little piece on its own. You know, a little piece on its own as an extra. And then I'm fulfilling it, aren't I? It's lovely just to give this bit of a bobbled effect. I was just wondering if I got the name. I've told you her name before, but where I got the yarns from. She's in the UK. She hand dyes them herself. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description box down below. Welcome to all new subscribers, quite a few overnight, which is lovely. Now it's a bit easier now because we're not going through too many layers. See that what I've drawn in there? Can you tell what it is? Can you tell what it is? What was that thing that I did? Was it a dove? I can't remember what I did for December dailies. And it was a bit of a, my drawing was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? We had to, I had to alter it a bit. I am practicing. Drawing isn't my forte. Okay, that's looking nice there. So I'm just going to anchor that down. I mean, these bits of threads, I don't throw them out. I put them in a bag and then make backgrounds with it, with the Bonder web or the dissolvable fusible embroidery fabric, or not fabric, paper. There we go. Right, now then, I think we're getting a bit to the browns again. So, yeah, I'm going to do that there, like that. I'm enjoying this. Sorry, no cake. We ate it all yesterday. It was lovely. It was the tea. It's a bit like malt loaf, if you know malt loaf, like Saurine does malt loaf. It was a bit like that, but it's with bran. Use bran flakes, and you soak bran flakes and mix dried fruit and sugar and soak all that in strong tea for an hour, and then you put in a cup. It's all in cups, so it's ever so easy. It's one of Miranda's first ones. So you add a cup of brown sugar, a cup of dried mixed fruit, a cup of bran flakes. Oh, there he goes. There's Nelson. Somebody on the backfield, I think. A cup of bran flakes and a cup of strong tea. And then you mix all that up and let it stew for an hour. Then you add a cup of self-raising flour. And then put some a couple of teaspoons of mixed spice, or I put one mixed spice, one cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and put it in a loaf tin for about 3/4 of an hour on 180. Oh, and it's lovely. It really is lovely. So it was so lovely. Sorry, there was none left for you to have a slice today. We don't eat cakes all the time. We don't eat a lot of, you know, really sweet, fattening stuff, to be honest. But I've really enjoyed baking. for the last year since we've had lockdowns and things. I've enjoyed baking, because I think the reason we don't buy many cakes and stuff from the shops, because there's a lot of additives and stuff and to make them last, and you know, not so fond. And pastry doesn't seem to suit us, I think. Ooh. So I've been making, I think, you know, you put a lot more wholesome ingredients in when you bake cakes yourself. Oops. What's this thing happening here? Where's that from? Bit of a string that's fluffed off. Actually, leave it. It's part of the atmosphere, isn't it? Oh, you see, it's lovely this, and it's hand dyed, but oh, doesn't it drive you mad when it comes on? I'm going to have to pull that off or else it's going to be a mess. You know, when it comes unravelled. And I think the more hand dyed, handmade you buy it, the worse it is for unravelling. You know, unravelling when it's not meant to unravel, not unravelling to split your strands. Listen to me croaking. Crikey. Crikey, crikey. I've been enjoying watching, you're all watching Gail Tuttill's videos. I enjoy the content that Gail Tuttill does, and I've been enjoying watching her stuff. This will still work. I know it's thinner, but it's couching down, so it doesn't matter the effects. This, isn't it? I'm going to catch that on there. This material's a nightmare to sew. Wish I could have found something else that suited. It's a nightmare because it is a upholstery fabric, and it's got like a special coating on it. I think it's must be like a Scotch Guard coating, you know, to make it like either waterproofing or, yeah, it's a bit like, it doesn't feel as plasticky as oilcloth, but it's certainly got some sort of treatment on it. I bet if I poured my tea on it, I'm not going to. I bet if I poured my tea on it, you know, it'd run off. So that's great. That's great when you're using it for what it's supposed to be used for, cushions and such like. But when you know, when it's at bottom of the sea, you don't want it to repel water, do you? There we go. And we'll have it going up there a bit more, just to give it a bit more of a wafty feel. Oops, what's all this? Frayed bits getting in the way. I can watch all the world go by now. My table's facing the window. I mean, we don't get... It's a cul-de-sac, so we don't have loads of traffic, apart from people that want to get to the houses down here. So that's quite nice. But I think everybody's bought a dog. I think it last year. Because you can go out for exercise and walk the dog. I'm sure everybody's got one. I don't know what... Ouch. I don't know what they're going to do when they have to all start going and working back in the office and things and not from home. I hope they're not going to just, you know, get rid of these dogs. I've never seen so many. Right, I'm going to struggle with this. Let me get that through there wherever I can. I don't like that, but we'll be able to cover it up. I left that too late, didn't I? too late and not enough stuff left on it. Too busy talking. Now I don't know what we're like for time. I think we're probably, let's leave that like that. I think it's probably time flies. I'll keep going a bit longer till David comes and turns me off. Now I'm going to I think I'm going to put a bit up here near, and then I can be making a start on my applique flower, can't I? There we go. Soon starts to come together, doesn't it? I hope those of you that are new to slow stitching are, you know, sort of getting into it now and just slowly, you know, just join in. There's no right or wrong way. I think actually the straight stitch, as what, you know, a lot of slow stitching is, the straight stitch, sorry, I'm trying to thread my needle, is a very underrated stitch. Because I know it seems to some people that, oh, it's boring, it's straight stitch, but you can do so much with it. You know, you can alter its size, you can alter the space between the stitches, you can alter the different strands thickness of the wool. You can create loads, you can do a lot of filling in things. So you can create a lot of depth to your piece of work just by doing, you know, just by altering straight stitch. You know, I love it. I mean, you could, let's I mean, I know applique we go around the edge and applique on, but I'm just going to use this bark if I can, as I'm calling it bark, but we know it's not bark. But you know, all we're basically doing is straight stitch, but we're able to put some sort of decoration on this. It's tough though. I knew it'd be tough with that Scotch Guard stuff on it. That's probably a trade name. I'm probably not allowed to say Scotch Guard. You know, that's that stuff that stops it stains. It's stain repellent, is it? And you see how, and you can just follow the pattern up, or you could have a bit of a gap there, look, instead of them all following each other in a, you know, you can alter that. Just play around with just a plain straight stitch. You'd be surprised at how nice it can be. Ooh. Just follow this along. Quite liking this. And then what shall we do? Shall we go up this one? So I'm thinking they're looking nice in a band of 3. So we'll go up this one. Oops. Come out. What was I saying about more problems you have with speciality? It's not going to come out now. Usually you can. That's it. That's it. Have a bit of patience, Catherine. Bit of patience. There we go. Right then, guys, I'm sure, I haven't got a clue, but I bet this is over 45 minutes now. I keep trying to say, drop the hint. Drop the hint so the husband comes in and has a look. I have to shout him, look. David! Yeah. So Nelson comes, hello, hello, baby. Hello, you could say hello.
Yeah.
Are we nearly a video, darling?
Yes.
Just have a look at what we've done. So we've done that couching up there. That's looking nice. And I need to do a bit more just stabbing stitches to keep these still instead of pricking myself with these needles all the time. And yeah, just giving you an example of how you can utilise your straight stitch. So I'm going to continue that all up there. I think that gives a nice effect. Okay then, so thank you so much for joining me. It's been lovely. Lovely as usual. I love the Tuesdays. We have a lovely girly time, relaxing and chilling and chatting and sewing, don't we? So take care out there, all of you, and I'll see you on Thursday for a proper junk journal play. All right then, bye for now.